bonus
Boner episode.
bonus time here on Offended. Welcome to the bonus episode of Offended, brought to you by the Anything But Credible Network. It's Tricky, KK, Naked Lady. We're here for your Monday bonus episode, which is basically just, it's our face and heel of the week from last week. So if this comes out on Monday and we're recording this on a Thursday, it's last week's.
It always confuses me when you say shit like that.
And it's still spoopy season, and I guess. Do you think it won? Do you think it deserved the number one spot?
Definitely. I kind of like that it's different that we did last year. Like last year was like classics, the Halloween, like.
So
the Halloween movies that built Halloween today
right.
is kind of what we based ours last year on. And this year I think we just did like most exciting, most gripping film that we have watched to date.
Right. Kick off your Monday.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. I wonder how it would be with other people here. And like Dugan said, since we shuffle the movies, I don't see it literally until we start doing it. That's the first time that I get to see the tournament.
Right.
And I think Dugan is right, because Dugan, from talking about last year's, how did Scream not win last year with just us two?
I think it got
still
knocked out.
win if we added like 2 or 3 other people to the show. Because I think Dugan is 100% right. You could do these movie tournaments so many different ways, and it literally all comes down to what it's matched up against.
Right. It's
so,
the
and
bracket.
that's like the beauty of doing these movie tournaments. You could redo these tournaments and reshuffle the movies, and you could totally get a completely different movie in the end.
We got a few more years of milking it.
Oh, we're gonna milk the shit out of this.
We'll just throw a new person in there every time. It won't just be
it's fun,
me
though.
and you, and Dugan. Next year it'll be me, you, Dugan, and Jim.
We can do tournaments on anything.
Yeah.
Tournaments on the best porn star.
Ooh.
Johnny Sins.
Ooh. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, you do. Don't lie. You watch porn. He's the bald guy with the big dick.
Fucking actors.
He's a bald guy with a big dick. If you saw his face, you'd be like, oh, I know him.
Okay, cool.
Or if you saw his dick, you'd probably be like, oh, I know him.
Okay, cool.
But who am I kidding? Dana Daniels. I think we might have to do a porn star tournament. That'd actually be hilarious. If we did, I could just picture some of my friends doing it, but we would only do like the male version, just a male tournament. Actually,
porn daddy tournament.
I can name Johnny Sins and like Bron Jeremy, and that's all that's really coming to mind right now.
We'll have to do it with like photos. We'll have to print out photos.
Does Ray J count?
Oh my god.
Kim Kardashian.
Kim K.
I don't think that really counts as a comeback. Well, she got cum on her back in the video.
The best thing Chris Pratt has ever said. Best thing.
Oh, fuck. Especially on the spot, too.
I know.
Like,
he's like, that joke's been simmering for years in his head.
That is one of the best improv moments I think I've ever seen, like, for bloopers.
He's been waiting.
Yeah, he has been waiting. But, all right, let's get into Face and Heel of the Week, brought to you by the Anything But Credible Network. Make sure to go to anythingbutcredible.com for all your network needs, including Offended, Going Off Topic Podcasts, ABC Podcasts, Spacing Out, Movie Merge, and the What's Your Bliss podcast, all at anythingbutcredible.com. Go check it out. You want to start?
Yeah. My face of the week is actually my Halloween costume. Super fucking pumped. So I don't know if you all know by now, but I am a Scorpio. And when I take all of the fun, cute little tests on Facebook that it's like, what Harry Potter character are you? What kind of cake are you? Like, what kind of appetizer would you be at this person's blah, blah, blah. Like, for all of those things, I am the worst thing ever. Like, if I'm a Harry Potter character, I'm fucking Malfoy or Lord Voldemort. If I'm a fucking cake, it's like literally like black cake. Like whatever cake that is like decorated the spookiest and darkest, like sinister cake, that's me. An appetizer, they're like oysters. It's like a hit or a fucking
oysters.
Miss. You know, like
oysters.
I don't know. I came up with that shit on the spot, except for Malfoy and Lord Voldemort. But it's like I can never get
oysters.
I can never get a fucking good.
Why is that so fun to say?
Oysters.
Oysters. But you put like a lisp on it.
Oysters.
It's fun to say, isn't it?
Oysters. I think you're just high. But anyways, I get made fun of. I made fun of. I get. Oh, stop. I get made fun of being a Scorpio all the time because I do
nerd
also have Scorpio tendencies. I hold a lot of fucking grudges.
No way.
I'm a little abrasive.
You're joshing me. You dirty dog.
My face says it all. Like, there are things that I do that are Scorpio-like. So there's a few friends out there that are like, oh, you're such a Scorpio. You're such a Scorpio. So I'm being a fucking Scorpio for Halloween. I got the fucking Scorpio. Scorpion tattoos, a scorpion bling. I'm going to fucking wear a lunar headpiece. I'm going to draw the scorpion. I'm going to act like a fucking raging Scorpio on Halloween.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So that's my face.
I thought we were going to split it up.
What?
Yeah, tricked you, idiot. I didn't even say anything. So, we're going to trade off.
Okay.
I'm going to start with my heel first, because I want to end with my face on a positive note. My heel are Netflix employees.
Why?
I'm going there. For boycotting, for walking out on them over the Dave Chappelle special. They're my heels. And the reason why they're my heels, what they're saying... You know what? Might not be wrong. What they're saying isn't wrong. What they are wrong about, in my opinion, is the fact that they're letting a stand-up comedian get to them and they're holding up signs that say, tell jokes, jokes are funny. And it's like, he is. You just don't like those jokes. Like, he's not being serious. And at the end, just like the last two specials, they got pissed about the last two specials, the transgender community. Now, I'm not saying anything bad against the transgender community. I was going to say,
we can't speak for them. Like, if they're upset about something,
but the thing that makes me mad, but the thing that irritates me and makes me mad is that literally Chappelle in all three, I haven't watched the third one yet, so at least in the first two, he makes fun of everybody. It doesn't matter what group you are, it doesn't matter what you classify yourself as, doesn't matter the race, literally nothing. Chappelle rips on everybody in everything because he literally calls out the bullshit that people do not want to admit is true. That's the thing that really pisses people off. They don't want the truth in their face. They want to hide behind a bunch of shit. But what he's saying wasn't even bad. He actually twisted it at the end in a positive light. He actually brought it all together in the first two, saying like, we're all human, we just need to treat each other like human. He's a fucking stand-up comedian. What do you expect? Him, Bill Burr, Norm Macdonald, fucking Rob Williams. All of these comedians have stand-up specials that are very offensive. They're very offensive.
But they're not targeting one person.
Exactly.
Or one group of
That's
people.
the thing. And it's like, I don't get it. Because it's like, there's another group out there that I'm not even going to name that should be angrier than they are. That's what is blowing my mind. He makes fun of everybody, but they're angry at him, so they stage a walkout. And sure, whatever. The thing that actually does drive me a little bananas is how are we going to... You're going to walk out on that. But basically having that child pornography movie was okay.
Yeah.
Like, what? Cuties was okay, but a stand-up comedy special... because you couldn't handle one fucking joke, that's the be-all, end-all, and that's going to stage your walkout? Not the fact that children are basically naked in a movie, but that is what we're angry about? Really? Like, fucking really? And I'm sorry, it blows my fucking mind, because there's bigger fucking issues in the world right now. We're so fucking focused on this. It's like, why? He's a stand-up comedian. If you don't like it, don't fucking watch it. You do not need to take it down. You do not need to cancel him for this. This is fucking stupid. I think it's fucking stupid.
So I can't speak for any other community than white females, because that's what the fuck I am. Straight white females, because I don't even identify as any sort of like kind of bi, whatever. So it's like I can only speak from where I'm coming from, but definitely being a female is a minority. And Bill Burr's comedy hits hard on that. And it's like, women are blah, blah, blah. Women are blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I get a vibe.
He's not wrong.
Shut the fuck up, because I will murder you. I get the vibe from Bill Burr as a person who loves his fucking wife, who actually does not mean 99% of the shit he says, but he can find humor in it. Like, he's like, my wife nags me and blah, blah, blah. I really don't think he has that situation happening at home. And that's just a vibe. That's just me listening to his humor and also listening to his interviews and knowing the kind of person that he is on a celebrity, whatever. And maybe my intuition is incorrect. Or maybe people who listen to Bill Burr don't have intuition, so they get immediately offended. And also, I like offensive jokes. So that's my basis. Bill Burr says some fucking ass dumb shit about women, and I want to crawl on that stage and be like, Bill Burr, I will fucking murder you. But at the same time, it's fucking funny because it's a fucking, like, the TikTok trend, like, it's a good joke, but, and it's like really offensive humor with the voiceovers like, it's a good joke, and the girl's like laughing, crying, like, if you're going to go to any comedy show, blanket comedy show, there will be a joke that will offend you. And if I like the person saying the jokes, I'm like, okay, but at the same time, Bill Burr, I don't think, me personally, this is my own personal opinion, Bill Burr is not coming at me as a misogynistic, fucking hateful man. He is not. He can find humor in all.
Are you saying Chappelle is?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying...
Because I don't think that at all.
No, I'm getting there. I'm saying my own personal experience that has happened recently. We went and saw Bill Burr. He made a lot of women jokes. Did I get offended? No, because a lot of his shit, I'm like, that's fucking funny. It's fucking true. Like, women suck sometimes, but like, he also said shit about men. He also said shit about all these other things. I'm saying the same with Dave Chappelle, but I can't speak to that from someone who is trans or in the queer community. That's what I'm saying. So I'm just relating my experience.
Well, it's funny
to that.
It's funny because I actually have a friend, which I'm not going to name, but he came up to me and told me about the Chappelle stand-up. I still haven't watched it yet, so I'm going to keep that in mind. But if it's anything like his last two stand-ups where he does the jokes on it, and he keeps doing it because he's getting publicity out of it, and it's selling his special, which you people don't fucking understand. Kanye West does the same shit. He literally was holding fucking listening parties in football stadiums, doing weird shit, making publicity, and yet people were ripping on him. But at the same time, it's like, you fuckers are still buying into it. You guys are still buying into exactly what he wants you to buy into. And so is Chappelle. He's doing the same thing. He's like, in my first two specials, if I make jokes about this trans community, they're going to have an uproar. And guess what? Everybody's talking about what's going to be the number one most watched thing on Netflix. My special.
See, I disagree with that because when you say it like that, it sounds hateful. It sounds like Dave Chappelle's trying to be hateful and trying to use another community's
Katie, this is
minority, like the
Katie,
things that they're.
This.
No, hold on. Hear me out.
Hold on 1 second. I hate saying this. Every single TV media outlet does that.
I know. I'm just saying the way you're laying it out makes Dave Chappelle look like a villain. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying Dave Chappelle.
He even came out and said that he loves it.
I'm saying Dave Chappelle makes fun of everybody, and I truly think Dave Chappelle does not have a hateful bone in his body.
Oh, I disagree with that. I think he has a hateful bone in his body. Definitely hates Comedy Central, that's for sure.
Okay, but people who have like wronged him, I'm talking like, like social things or like equality and all. Like, I think Dave Chappelle is very open-minded and very like.
That's kind of my point.
That's what I'm moving into. You've been mansplaining to me.
I'm sorry, I don't mean the mansplain.
Yeah.
What's mansplain?
Oh, fuck you.
I need you to womansplain it back to me.
Well, I will womansplain it back to you, you motherfucker. But I'm just saying I get the same vibe from Dave Chappelle that I get from Bill Burr, but Bill Burr's jokes directly impact me. And so I can't speak for everybody who's directly impacted by jokes. But I also think, and I've said this before, I will say it again, comedy, especially when there's not like hateful people making jokes, comedy is going to bring us all back together. Like, yeah, it's funny to make fun of someone's nose or make fun of someone's face or make someone like That is human nature.
People need to
it's
realize
human nature.
that during stand-up comedy specials, especially people with Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle, is that what they're saying, sure, they may mean most of what they're saying, but a lot of it is over-exaggerated to make you laugh. And that's the thing, it still just blows my mind. Because the thing of what Chappelle said on the first two specials, he still tied it into positivity towards the, at the end of the story. He still ties it all back together at the end.
Yeah.
And that's what Bill Burr does. Bill Burr always ties it back in at the end.
I just think that there was a time and point for us all to be sensitive, and it's appropriate, and now we're at a time for it's just to let up a little bit.
Wait, you saying that Chappelle needs to let up?
No, us as people being judgmental.
Yes, thank you.
That's all I mean.
1,000%. You can't, this whole, I know people get upset. I'm not trying to piss off anybody. I really am not. This whole cancel culture bullshit needs to fucking take a step back. Because you're going to get to a point where you're going to fucking try to oversensitize every little fucking thing. And you just can't do that. You can't, you hate these so basically cancel culture is the same group of people that hate the government. They hate the government because they want to control you or whatever the woke community, I'm doing air quotes, woke community says, oh, I don't want to be controlled. We just need freedom and all this shit. We need to do all this. But yet they're the ones trying to control everything. They're literally trying to control what we watch, what we do, how we speak, everything. And it's take a fucking step back. Some of the shit needs to be canceled. Yes, Kevin Spacey, fucking cancel him. Cancel the shit that deserves to be canceled, that deserves to be called out because of what pieces of shit they are. Somebody telling a fucking joke on a stand-up comedy special when he's well known worldwide as an offensive comedian? No. What are we doing? If you don't like him, if you don't like the jokes that he's saying, and if you knew this from watching his past two previous stand-up specials, what did you think the third and finale was going to be? The finale always gets ramped up. And even then, what he said was not bad, and he still spun it into a positive light. Dave Chappelle is one of the most intelligent human beings on this planet right now. Actually, he's probably one of the most intelligent comedians on the planet, if not the most intelligent comedian. I would say him and Bill Burr. And it's holy shit, don't watch it. Just don't fucking watch it. Stop trying to tell other people you can't watch it either. It's no, I'm going to fucking watch this. You stop trying to control me and what I can and cannot watch. Because guess what? If Netflix cancels it, if Netflix pulls it, guess what? Hulu's going to fucking buy it.
Yeah.
Somebody else is going to buy it and put it on theirs. Dave Chappelle is the highest paid celebrity on Netflix's platform. What are we doing here? We're literally wasting so much energy into this instead of worrying about real life fucking problems. It literally blows my mind because this has been such a thing. And apparently they wrote him a letter to be let's talk about it. Ha ha ha. But what I've heard is that they did that thinking that he would not respond to it. And they're oh, he ghosted us. And it's when did you write the letter? Yesterday. When did you send out the letter? Today. It's he didn't ghost you. What are you talking about? Give him a fucking minute to respond. Jesus Christ.
I mean, he'll...
Chappelle today was I will sit down at a table and go face to face with everybody.
Which I think is good.
No, because Chappelle, he doesn't mean it. And that just goes to show you that, these people are only watching one part of this special.
Right.
And they turn it off before you get to the end where he turns it into a positive thing. It's the same group of people that read a headline without reading the article. It's the same fucking thing. Read it first before you make judgment.
I get that.
And that's basically what I'm saying. And it's just it's so hypocritical to call out Dave Chappelle when you literally supported a company that basically ran a child pornography film. And it's like, they literally did that. And this is not, I know if somebody listens to this, they're going to spin it into a political left versus right thing. And it's like, that's not that. Like, that's not that at all. If we're going to get into that, each side should call out their own bullshit that their own, like, parties are doing. Like, let's be honest here. Let's be honest with ourselves and just realize how fucking stupid this is. Because if that's the case, if they're that mad, then everybody should be outraged by the Chappelle stand-up because he rips on everybody. That's the thing. He rips on everybody. Get over yourselves. You are not better than anybody else. I'm sorry. Nobody is better than anybody. I'm not better than anybody else. You're not better than anybody else. They're not better than anybody else. Chappelle isn't better than anybody else. Nobody is better than anybody else here. Get over yourselves. Stop trying to control the narrative. Stop trying to control everything. Fucking fuck off for a little bit. Like, holy shit. Stop trying to control every little thing that people do. Let them enjoy what they want to enjoy. And, like, that's, like, kind of like their message. It's like, maybe you guys should take your own message and actually look in the mirror. Because this is ridiculous. This is getting, cancel culture has gotten to the point of ridiculousness. Like Bill Burr said, we literally canceled everybody that there was to cancel, so we started canceling dead people. He's like, at what point is it enough? Like, holy shit. Like, we're just grasping at straws now. We need to fucking, this isn't helping. This shit is not helping. It's not helping our society. It's making it worse. It's actually dividing people way more. That's the thing. People think that they're helping and they think that they're doing the right thing. They're not. They're actually making it so much worse. And this overly sensitive group of people, it scares me, because if you think about generations and you think about, growing up and teenagers growing up, you tend to rebel against your parents because you don't like the way the parents bring you up. So if these people are going to, have children and they're overly sensitive, these kids are going to grow up to be fucking crazy people. Like, they're going to grow up and be fucking crazy. And that's how the cycle always repeats itself. It literally goes in a circle. It literally continuously goes in a wheel. We're like, you watch so much shit that's happened in the past few years, anything that's happened in the past few years, really, and then you look back in the 90s, in the early 90s, it's like the same shit was happening then. It's because guess what? It's a fucking cycle. It's a fucking wheel. It just keeps going and going and going because we aren't fixing it. We're literally complaining about it, but then the next generation doesn't like what their parents are saying, so they literally redo everything. But that generation of kids in 20 years, I think might be the worst generation probably ever.
I mean, maybe not. I think cancel culture was necessary because I think white men...
It was necessary for the beginning.
Right. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like, white men kind of needed a wake-up call and also be like,
100%.
My job is at stake. My livelihood is at stake. Like, I can't live the same way that I've been living in society the last 300, 400 years. But it has run its course, in my opinion.
Yes, that's exactly.
Because the only way we're going to heal is truly through comedy. That's my opinion. Like, you're always going to make fun of somebody for something, whether it's their looks, their actions, their words.
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever. But, if you're a good person, it'll be in a good-natured way.
Right. If you're going to cancel somebody, like Kevin Spacey, cancel him for what he did because that's fucked up. He should be canceled for that. But if he's telling a joke on a stand-up special when he's world-renowned, known as an offensive comedian, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm sorry. And as a comedian that literally rips on every race, every group of person, everybody, literally everybody. He'll make fun of a baby. He doesn't care. Why are you still trying to cancel him when it's just not going to work? And in reality, if you do meet up face to face, which is the funniest part about this, is that Chappelle actually responded and that they thought he wouldn't respond. So they thought that they were getting the upper hand on him. And Chappelle's like, I'll sit down face to face with all of you and tell you why you guys are wrong.
Or at least, like, I'll listen to you and
Nope,
say...
that's what he basically came out and said that in a better professional way. He said he will sit down with every single person, one by one, face to face, at a table, and literally tell you why you're wrong.
Okay,
like,
he's confident.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Like, because she knows what he's doing. He knows what he's saying. He's so intelligent. And, like, it's just mind-blowing to me because he doesn't... Like, he's doing a performance. People need to fucking relax. People need to fucking relax. If you're going to go at somebody who's doing performance, then go after the rest of that fucking company that supported other shit that was just as equally as fucked up. Not equally, more fucked up than Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is actually one of the lower things that, like, I've seen. Like, I don't even think it should be a thing. This should not be a thing. Why is it only the trans, like, community that's mad?
I don't know, because I'm not part of that community.
Okay, but he made fun of lesbians, gays, bisexuals, queers, like, made fun of every single different, like...
Right.
Like, he's made fun of every different ethnicity. Why is it only the transgender community that's mad? That's what doesn't make sense to me. That's why I call bullshit. That's why it just doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. Why are they that's just what I'm saying. That's why they're my heels, because it blows my mind that you can literally look at everybody else and they laugh. But this one group is just like, nope, not having it. And it's like, what? What? I don't know. I don't know. It just blows my fucking mind. It blows my mind. It literally blows my mind. I have no other words for that. I'm so over stupid shit. I'm over people getting upset over stupid shit, basically.
I think it'll get better. I think it has gotten better. I think cancel culture has kind of died down.
I disagree.
They're losing their steam. And I think...
No, this brought it back up.
No, I think people are... We've got a long way to go. We've got a long way to go with a lot of shit.
It lost its steam because they literally ran out of things to cancel. That's what Bill Burr was saying. Like, Bill Burr even said at the stand-up we went to that cancel culture needs to fuck off. Like, it literally needs to fuck off. Like, it's ridiculous. We're getting to a point where cancel culture is going to try so hard to make everything Disney and PG. If they don't like those stand-ups, don't watch Bill Burr, don't watch Dave Chappelle, don't watch Robin Williams, don't watch George Carlin, don't watch anybody. Don't watch any popular stand-up comedian. Stick to Bill Cosby then if you don't like those jokes, and look at how he turned out. You want a comedian that's going to tell family-friendly jokes? Go watch Bill Cosby. He turned out great, right? That's what I'm saying.
Motherfucker got acquitted.
That's what I'm saying. It's like...
We wanted free Britney.
Like, it's
free Cosby.
That's like basically what they have been like protesting in the last week. They want like stand-up specials that are family friendly. It's like, those aren't good. None of those specials that are family friendly stand-up comedies. Who likes those?
The only one I like is American Family Home Video. That's the only one.
What?
American Family Home Video?
Like the America's Funniest Home Videos?
Yeah.
That's not stand-up comedy.
Yeah, but it's family friendly. But like that's like the only comedy show.
That's what I'm talking about, though. I'm talking about pure somebody on a stage telling jokes.
Oh, that's not funny.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, Bill Cosby's stand-up is horrible. It's not funny. Like, he tells such stupid family-friendly jokes. I don't want that. When I go to a stand-up comedy show, I want offensive fucking humor. Because it's a fucking escape from reality. That's the point. That's the whole point. It's supposed to be an escape from reality. You're supposed to turn off that setting in your brain. You're supposed to be like, I'm going to let it go for an hour. I'm going to laugh about it and be like, that was kind of offensive. But I'm going to laugh about it to myself. Or like, I didn't like that one. Let's see what else he has to say, though. It's literally it. You don't need to do this whole fucking charade. Because at the end of the day, what the Netflix employees are doing, they're making it about themselves now.
That's true. They're not making it about the people who are affected.
When it all comes full circle, it's the fucking white culture and making it about themselves. That's what basically the whole thing I was trying to say was that. Like, how many more times will the white culture, which is the cancel culture, that needs to die? That needs to die. If a group of ethnic, let's go with the Chicago Blackhawks, people still want that name changed without doing any fucking research. What people want that changed? White men. White men, white women, they want that changed. People who don't watch hockey want that name changed. And guess what? I've said this before on this podcast 1,000 times. Chief Blackhawk is renowned in the city of Chicago. That hockey team was named after him. His face is literally the logo of the jersey. That's his fucking face. They're respecting him. Just like anybody else that dies, they fucking name a street after him. That's the point. That was the whole point of the Chicago Blackhawks. They're named after Chief Blackhawk. It's literally a tribute to him. They're not doing anything else.
They just got roped in with the other racist high school mascots.
Redskins, sure. That name probably should have been changed a long time ago. Yep. But it's just like, holy shit. Like, this is when you can tell it's a bunch of white people jumping in on something they have no research on. They make it about themselves. Like, there was a TikTok I watched, and I agree with it 1,000%. And hey, before I say this, I just want to say that I want to preface this with fuck the rights. Fuck the right too. Fuck the Republicans. Before I say this, I hate both sides. I'm going to be completely honest. I hate both sides. I think you're all fucking crazy. This black man on TikTok saying the most racist party is the Democrats. They literally used Black Lives Matter to get what they wanted.
To get Joe Biden elected.
To get Joe Biden elected, to get Trump out. They literally used that as a catalyst to get him elected. Because once he got elected, where did it all go?
Right. He's a black man who says he's a conservative Republican, and he says the reason I don't like the Democratic Party, hot take, it's not going to be, not everybody's going to like this, but because the Democrats use Black Lives Matter to promote Joe Biden, and now Joe Biden's elected, and crickets.
Exactly.
It's basically, so I guess he just agrees with, he's like, either party is terrible when it comes to
they both
racial equality and like gender equality and all of that shit. He said they're both just as bad. It's just the left uses it, like weaponizes it.
That's what I'm saying.
Advantage.
They both suck.
Yeah.
Both sides suck. I'm sorry. They both fucking suck. The right side sucks and the left side sucks. You guys, everybody sucks. And I even said that to you long before that TikTok.
I know. I showed you that TikTok and I thought you'd like it.
Yeah, I did. Because what he said is 100% spot on. Where did the defund the police go? Where did all these marches go? Where did it go? Where is the shit? It's bullshit. You literally use black struggles to get what you wanted. That's not right. I'm sorry. That's not fucking right. But yet we're going to turn a blind eye and get mad at Dave Chappelle for telling a joke. Fuck you. Fuck you. And most of those Netflix employees, I guarantee you, are on that left side. Fuck them. I'm sorry, but fuck that. This is why I think it's bullshit, because it got turned into a political thing when it had no need for it to get turned into a political thing. But anybody that has a fucking brain and can see through all the bullshit and just see that these Netflix employees are in it for themselves now. They're not in it they're not standing up for a good. They're going to act like they are. They're literally doing the same shit that the Democratic Party did. I just got fucking real and I got deep here. But hey, I will say, fuck Trump, fuck Biden, fuck Pence, fuck Kamala Harris, fuck all of them. Fuck them all. Be you. Stick up for the shit that actually needs help and sticking up for. Don't use other people's like agendas to get what you want. Stop doing that. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Joe Biden and the Democratic Party should be ashamed of themselves for using fucking black struggles to get what they wanted. They literally used that as a main catalyst for that fucking election. Mm-hmm. It's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
But then you got Trump being a fucking idiot. Like,
who kind of caused all of it.
He caused it all.
Yeah.
And it's like, but at the same time, that doesn't, people just need to call it out how it is. Like, the whole thing. There's been so many times where people are like, we just need to get Trump out of office. Yeah, I agreed with them. I agreed. Totally. And I still agree. He should never be president. Never. But have things gotten better with Biden?
They haven't gotten worse, but I think with Trump, it was like every month it was a little bit worse than it was the month before.
See, I'm sorry. I feel like I was lied to my face.
Oh, we've been lied to for the last fucking 20, 30, 40 years.
I get that, but this is the one time where they used real shit to get what they wanted. That's not right. That's not right.
No.
If you're actually going to say that shit and actually say you're going to support it, then when you get elected, act on it. That's what I'm saying. That's bullshit.
I think that's what every politician does. On a brighter note, I heard on the radio this week that The Rock is going to run for president, possibly.
He's been saying that for like 3 years.
Okay, he's been saying it like for real the last week or two.
Oh, he's been saying it for real for like a year.
I'm like, man, I know you'd run Republican, so I really, out of the two, the lesser evil to me is the Democrats. But fuck, I like The Rock.
But this is basically, I guess my heel is cancel culture and all the bullshit. My heel is white cancel culture using others' ethnicities and other groups for their own benefit and basically spinning it to make it about them.
Make their own clout.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my heel.
Okay.
Because this shit's gone on way too fucking long.
Do you want to hear my heel?
Sure.
40 minutes later.
So before you say your heel, I just realized that this ain't a bonus episode anymore. This is just another episode of Offended.
This is a ranty episode.
I think this is just the next episode. I think whatever we're doing for Spoopy season, obviously Spoopy season got put on pause. You're going to get a little 2-episode week. You're not getting a 10-episoder. You're getting a full 2-length episode this week. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. All right, you ready for my heel?
Yes.
I don't even know. I'm so fucking like perplexed, and I don't think we will ever know the fucking truth. But what the fuck? Dog the Bounty Hunter and FBI and all the fucking search and rescue professionals.
Is this your heel?
Yes. We're in the fucking forest looking for Brian Laundrie for a month and nothing, literally nothing that we know as the public. And the day the park reopened, his parents are like, nah, we're going to go look for him. Is that cool? And the police are like, yeah, sure, whatever. And they find his backpack and his shit and human remains, but not a fucking head, not a fucking torso, like literally like body parts. Within the same fucking day.
They think it's him.
The same how? How do the parents fucking, like, I literally feel like they murdered someone, chopped him up enough to make it look like Brian Laundrie, and like left his like fake body there so this kid could go to Mexico. It's wild. It's fucking wild.
At the FBI, see, this is like, I don't know. Not everything. This is kind of. If the FBI is actually coming out and saying like they think it's his body parts,
I don't think they're saying that yet. They're just saying.
I thought they believe it's him.
They found human remains by articles of clothing and things that were by the body parts.
And they believe that it's him. I thought that's what they said.
I don't know if they've made that definitive of a statement yet.
The thing is, okay, if it is him, and if they said that, not everything has to be conspiracy theory. And that's where the right side is fucking crazy, because everything's a conspiracy theory to them. And that's kind of like why I'm saying that.
I'm just saying it's wild.
I'm very political on this episode, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it's opposite.
It's very strange.
I'm just saying it's fucking wild that literally hundreds of people were looking for this fucking kid. And his parents lead the police to human remains the same day that they started their search. It's just fishy, and I don't like it, and it's fucked up.
It is fishy. It is fishy.
I'm just saying, I think it's something that we will never have answers for. And
we'll get answers. I
also think that this is going to be like on podcasts, on news stations. It's going to be like good God, it's going to be like, I'm so fucking tired of hearing this bullshit. Also, as a side note, like, how is it so popular? Like, it is a fucking interesting true crime story.
What was going on, and what else was going on in the world at the time to where that was so, like, brought up? What else was going on? What was hidden from us?
Right.
What was going on in the background that
conspiracy theory
that was in the news, but like nobody was talking about it because it was pushed so far down?
Probably had to do something with the Middle East or something. God, after watching that 9/11 documentary on Netflix, I'm like, has everything I learned been a lie?
Yes.
Everything I've been told about the United States,
like, not everything's conspiracy theory, then I say that.
Yeah. I think I'm just anti-American government.
Yeah.
And anti, like, and I'm proud to be an American.
No, I'm not proud at all. I'm not proud.
No, we're racist.
I'm embarrassed to be an American in this day and age, to be completely honest. I'm fucking embarrassed.
At least the Germans, like...
And don't hit me with the, well, if you don't like it, leave. Fuck you. Why don't you leave, piece of shit?
At least the Germans acknowledge and teach Nazi history in their schools because they're like, yeah, we fucked up. That was really bad. That was a really black mark on our history. And the United States are like, there's still textbooks that say the slaves got on ships willingly and came from Africa to work at the cornfields.
You want to know what would help?
And I'm like, no, that's literally literature in your history books in 6th grade in Texas.
You want to know what would help our society?
It's off. All the old white men died. Sorry if you love an old white man, but
no, fucking Christ, no. Jesus Christ, you psycho! No, that's the white straight woman of cancel culture that needs to fucking go away.
I was being silly. I just was saying some offense. I was a joke.
Social media needs to die.
Yeah, that does need to die.
Keep Instagram, keep TikTok. Those are fun, at least. Facebook, Twitter, you can both of them.
Mark Zuckerberg,
both of them can fuck off.
What a crook!
No shit. Facebook's changing their name apparently.
What?
Yeah, they're supposed to change their name within the next week.
We need to download all our photos.
What if he changes it to MySpace? That would be fucking epic. But it's just like, I don't know. Like the whole thing.
face. That'd be fun.
So like, as I was ranting earlier about the whole Netflix thing, I realized as like halfway through my rant, I feel like I had an epiphany almost in a way.
You're processing.
Yeah. It's not, I realized that how wrong I was ripping on the trans community. I wasn't doing that. I realized I'm ripping on the white, straight cancel culture that feels the need to back up anything and everything if one person gets mad about something. It's like, that's not how everybody feels. Stop jumping in because you feel like you're doing a right thing.
Well, that's what I was trying to say is like I can speak from a woman who hears woman jokes. Some places I'm okay with it. Some places I'm not because I have to have a feeling about where you're coming from with this. Like, do you truly believe that? Or are you saying it because you're making fun of everybody and I'm now included in the group you're making fun of? This is the
test. This is the test right here. This is the test to see if anybody does get mad that I post this episode. If anybody does get mad, it's very evident that they did not keep listening. That's the point. And that is overall, here we go. It's the conclusion to my heel. It's exactly what they did with Chappelle. Well, they didn't get to the conclusion.
I think it was Maya Angelou.
They read the title and didn't read the article.
I think it was Maya Angelou who said, do your best until you learn better and then do better. So it's like you can only do your best until you think about it, you learn about it, you talk to people. That's human nature. We are literally humans, and that is why social media is so fucking toxic because you post something bad or you say something bad and it is recorded forever in history. And I'm not saying like people who say bad, racist, hateful, misogynistic bullshit from a hateful place and not from an ignorant place. There's two different things, and not always is it a linear black and white bullshit. A lot of it's fucking gray. But I'm saying if you're learning better, doing better, being a better person, not living with hate in your heart, I think that makes a world of difference. But social media doesn't see you. It sees your portrayal of you. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm on a fucking tangent. I'm just saying we are the generation that grew up without social media and also with. So it's like there are so many things that I've seen that I'm like, this would be so much better with it. This would be so much better without. Like kids now, every living, waking moment is recorded. It's on social media. Like look at their first steps. Look at their first funny words. Forever. Like my fucking childhood isn't a fucking paper album.
So I'm calling an audible here.
Yeah.
This is going to get posted tomorrow. And Dugan's episode is going to be posted next week as the finale to Spoopy season.
You just ruined it, though, because we announced who won.
Ah, shit.
Shit. You can't do that.
All right.
I'm calling an audible.
Never mind. I guess it gets posted normally. So I don't know how we're going to do the finale for Spoopy season. Because that actually probably should have been the finale.
The finale for Spoopy season, we're literally going to do a poll at our Halloween party.
But the episode would have to have already come out.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. The episode would be out on that day.
Just play a bunch of slasher screams. Ah! Dee, 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 dee.
I might just block out. I might just bleep out what I said. The winner. So don't say it again, so I don't have to bleep it out again.
I won't. We didn't say it the last 5 minutes.
No, we said at the very beginning. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're doing because that's the finale of Spoopy. That's the finale of Spoopy season. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I get into my face, on Friday next week, the finale. Actually, you know what? We're gonna actually put that out on Tuesday of next week. The finale of Spoopy season will come out on Tuesday, so that way you have the full week to prepare for a Halloween season as it comes to an end with the movie podcast. I mean, that's what it's got to be.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense.
Yeah.
I was kind of sitting here just thinking about it.
Thinking about a lot of things. You're just...
ADD.
Over here, Mr. Reflection over here.
I am Mr. Reflection. Basically, the moral of this podcast is if you're a straight white person, stop trying to cancel other shit because you think it's the right thing to do when the other group doesn't care that much about it.
Or maybe just ask their opinions first.
Yeah.
And say, hey, people in Chicago who are indigenous.
Or maybe if you just have no frame of reference and you're just going off word of mouth, maybe don't start talking like you know everything about it.
Hey, women who listen to these jokes from Bill Burr, how do you feel?
But I think I've made my point very clear and evident now. If you're a straight white person, you fucking suck. You fucking suck.
And I'm saying this from experience. We do. We really do.
You suck. All right, time for my face. Let's bring some positivity. Oh, wait, what?
Oh, I forgot you didn't do your face yet. Oh, my God.
You did both yours, right?
Yep.
My face is the TNT broadcast for hockey. That's my face. We go from one extreme to the other. The TNT broadcast is fucking perfect. I think, hands down, probably the best broadcast I think I've ever watched for hockey, ever. And the NBA is fantastic as well. And when I found out that hockey was going to be on TNT, that's the first thing I thought. I'm like, if they make it like the NBA does it, this is going to be gold. It's going to be gold because Barkley and Shaq are great because they're characters, basically. They're
over the top personalities that were really good at what they did professionally.
Yes, and especially Barkley. Barkley is hilarious. And so when they announced it, I was like, if TNT doesn't get Spit and Chicklets for their panel, they fucked up because that would match Shaq and Barkley. That matches their chemistry. And I want to say they offered both Whitney and Bissonnette the spot, and Whitney turned it down, and Bissonnette accepted. Whitney does not. Whitney loves retirement, and he just wants to play golf. That's all he wants to do.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah,
you made your money. You
played in the Olympics.
You used your body to its full extent.
Whitney wasn't the best hockey player in the world, but when he was good, he was good. If that makes any sense. When he was on, he was fucking good. Like, I mean, he made the Olympic team.
Well,
it'd be kind of good to make Team USA.
Bissonnette is hilarious.
Bissonnette is the heart and soul of the TNT broadcast.
And he's like
already.
a little kid on Christmas.
He is.
With Wayne Gretzky there.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my God, Santa's here.
But what he's saying on the panel, he's hardly ever wrong. He's not wrong. Like, on almost everything he says, he is so spot on and just knows the game of hockey. But it's the way he hasn't figured out how to explain it in a certain time constraint. And he hasn't figured out that, like, other people need to talk also. And that's what's fucking hilarious about it. Because on the podcast, you can do whatever you want because there's no time constraints on it. So fuck off with your face, Katie. But on the first time they did it, last week, or I guess this is coming out, last week. So the first time they did it, you could tell, like, they didn't know how to cut him off. They didn't want to be rude. There was like, whatever. This week, they didn't give a fuck. They cut him off like several times. Like, Liam was like, all right, Biz, sorry to cut you off. Gotta cut you off. And Biz goes, oh, okay, whatever. And just like sat there and kind of pouted like a little bit, but was like laughing about it. Towards the end of the first game, during one of the intermissions, they gave Biz a shot clock. It's as long as he could talk. It was like a basketball shot clock. And it said 20 seconds. He goes, I have 20 seconds? It's like, what? It's like, I can't do this. And the clock is going. He's like, I can't do this. And like, come on, Biz. He's all right, fine, I'll get into it. And he starts like talking about like what he wants to say and all this stuff. And it gets to like 4 seconds and you can tell he's like starts to freak out and starts to speed up. He goes, I can't do it. So he starts like doing that live on air. And like the whole rest of the panel is cracking up. Like, just laughing at him. He's like, that's not fair. 20 seconds? It's like, that's not, he's like, that's not enough time. That's not enough time. Like, 20 seconds is not enough time. And Gretzky then chimes in and goes, oh, this is one of the best chirps I've ever heard, by the way. Like, I mean, hands down, one of the greatest chirps I've ever heard. I was laughing so hard when he said this. I was in tears. But Biz is like, 20 seconds is enough time. 20 seconds is enough time. I need more time. And Gretzky goes, 20 seconds? You should be used to that. Isn't that how long your shifts were in the NHL?
Oh, my fucking God. And it's probably accurate, too.
Oh, my God. It was. It's totally accurate because he was a fourth liner. And it's like, and Biz even like looked at him. He's like, Jesus, buddy. And like Biz is like, I love it. Like he's like, I love it.
He's like, I'm getting chirped by Wayne Gretzky.
Oh yeah. I mean, if I got chirped by Wayne Gretzky, like I would love it. But the fact is that Gretzky is literally like my takeaway from this is that Gretzky's not being a dick. That's hockey player mentality right there. You chirp, like you always chirp.
You have to chirp. You have to be a good chirper, or you're not a good hockey player.
I mean, kind of, and it's like. But you even chirp your own teammates and you chirp your friends, and it's all out of fun. It's all out of love, like in the end. It really is. And you can just tell on Biz's face, he was just like, this is awesome. He's like, this is cool. But at the same time, what speaks most to me is the realization of Gretzky is like getting comfortable with everything. Mm-hmm. And if Gretzky's getting comfortable and already giving Biz shit, they already have chemistry together. Like they've been working together for years. And if it's like this now, just imagine what it's going to be like in a year or two. Like it's going to get that much better. And once Biz figures out how to talk on television with the time constraint, Biz is going to be fucking amazing. Like he's going to be amazing because everything he says is so spot on that he just needs to figure out a way to explain it in a quicker, faster way that makes sense. He even called the Tarasenko game-winning goal last night. Spot on. And of course, after that, after he's like, I'm going to pick Tarasenko. I like his game. And everyone's like, oh, damn, good pick, Biz. And Gretzky goes, I just want to second Biz on this. Like, I agree. He's like, Tarasenko's going to score. He's been hungry all night. He's like, the St. Louis Blues are a scary, dangerous team. They have a chip on their shoulder. You don't hear a lot about them right now. We
never hear a lot about
he goes, but Gretzky was like, St. Louis, if you're a St. Louis Blues fan, I would be very excited for the season. I'm
Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, shit.
Daddy
Wayne
hockey.
Gretzky just said, if you're a St. Louis Blues fan, you better be excited for this year. You better be excited for this year.
That's good mojo.
So to bring it all together, after Biz said he would, Tarasenko was going to score the game-winning goal, and he did. They cut back to the studio after the game, and Biz is sitting there like a little kid just smiling his ass off. Like, I called it. I fucking called it. Because the few times they went back to them before, he was kind of pouty because he kept getting cut off, and like, you know, he's like, I can't figure it out. You could tell he's in his head. But when he called the game-winning goal, he was just like looking at everybody like, yeah, fuck all of you. I know what I'm talking about. And like,
give me 30 seconds.
And Liam comes back to like, all right, Blues win. And he's like, man, gotta give him credit. Paul Bissonnette, Biz Nasty. You called it. And Gretzky's already laughing. And Biz goes, yeah, hell yeah, I did. Does that mean I get an extended like 10 seconds on my shot clock so I could talk a little more? So I get 30 seconds? And he's like, how about 3 minutes? He's like, I think I deserve 3 minutes. And Gretzky chimes in. He goes, 3 minutes? That's about as long as your segments here on the show because nobody else can talk. And I'm like, oh my God, Gretzky hitting him again. And Biz just goes, I'm done. I can't do this. Like, I'm getting chirped by the great one.
I was going to say, he can't even chirp back.
On Chicklets, I was listening to it this past week. They were asking him how it was being on TNT. And Bissonnette goes, I got to be honest, I almost dropped like 4 F-bombs, like, throughout the night. I had to catch myself like several times. It's so hard not to say fuck on the air. It's so hard.
I mean, fuck's like every other word.
Especially in hockey.
Yeah. I mean, in our language at this house, like we say a lot of bad words.
But man, that TNT broadcast, Anson Carter, Paul Bissonnette, Wayne Gretzky, Liam McHugh, Rick Tocchet. It is hands down the best panel in all of sports, bar none. The best. And to play you out here today, we're not going to end it like a normal episode. We're just going to play you guys out. You can follow us at OffendedPod. Make sure to go check out anythingbutcredible.com for all your network needs. And, you know, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Trick1042. We're going to play you out with this instead. And Katie, I want you to watch because this was real. This was on air, and this is how you can tell Paul Bissonnette has never been on like television like this before because like some of the shit he's saying, it's like that's normally would not like fly. So here it is. Thank you for listening. We'll see you guys next week for the finale of Spoopy season with our 32 Halloween movie tournament with Dugan. He's on the show. Check it out. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, bitches.
And here is Paul Bissonnette with the greatest analysis I've ever heard for a hockey game. It's called Horned Up.
I hate to use the term, you get a little horned up offensively, right? You get cheating on it. That's what my coaches used to say.
Man, horned up.
That's what my coaches used to say. Well, you know, they ever said you get a little horned up offensively, cheating with the F3? You know?
I was cheating offensively every shift. Simple as that.
Well, they gave a few up. I mean, you saw Farabee had one, especially the one shorthanded, and then he ends up cashing in late in the period. So I guess I'll shut up now.
No, everything you said there was the truth, except for the fact that you said you hate to say the term horned up.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I
that's
don't
what
hate
happened.
that. You don't hate it.
I love it.
You do. That's okay. Just
That's why
admit
my
it.
nose so big. Pinocchio.
Oh, my fiance.